Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. This is going to be a segment or an episode of the bargain bin, and this is a series where I highlight some of the more economical, locally found detailing products and tools. As an example, the video I just did on the Walmart polisher, that would fit right into this series. And in that same aisle, if you look down and to your left, you're going to find the product that will be highlighted today. These are products that are geared toward the enthusiast, the beginner, the driveway detailer, and maybe even the professional can gain some use out of them as well. This here is from TurtleWax, new to the channel. This is the Restorer, that's what it's called, and it is a very fine polish with acrylic. And that caught my eye because if you're a fan of the channel, you know I like LVR 403 and 404 for light and dark colored vehicles from Extreme Solutions. That is a light polish and contains acrylic. And why is that important? Well, guys, acrylic is in clear coat. It's a mix of polyurethane and some acrylics, and it is a great way these days in modern times to correct and lay down a filling layer or a protective layer at the same time that mimics clear coat. I use it in two different ways. I use it on newer vehicles with the very thin water-based clear where there's damage and you can only chase it so far. The acrylic fills in and does a great job protecting and masking the damage that's there that you can't chase after. I also use it on single stage paints to form a crust on top of the very porous, very absorbent sponge-like single stage. I then therefore can lay a layer of ceramic protection on top and it won't wick in, having to then do layers and layers and layers. So I really enjoy the products that have acrylic in it, and we're going to see if this can be effective here today. Shake up vigorously like you would any detailing product. Very liquidy, milky substance. I'll bring you in close. You can see the abrasives within. We're going to test and see if it's effective. Does it dust? Does it have a nice open cycle time? What pads and polishers can you use them on? Let me use my hand here to focus in and you'll be able to see those abrasives. We're going to team it up with the Walmart polisher. This was just in a recent video. And these both can be found in the same aisle. Guys, not a sponsored video, no affiliate links, because you can just, well, walk into Walmart and get it. You don't need a link. Aisle I-23 for both of the products. This is, again, the TurtleWax, the Restorer, with their Heal and Seal technology. Contains acrylics, very fine abrasives. You can use it for scratches, any damage on paint, transfer, and headlight restoration. Between $5 and $6. If it's even half decent, maybe something to consider. As you can see, the test hood, all different types of, well, just scratches that happened naturally, swirls and scratches, and then those that I added with wet sanding by hand and also by machine. And we're going to do two tests on this hood, and that will give us some great information as to if it's effective or not. Right here, I'm going to do it, I'm going to apply and use the product by hand with an application pad, microfiber. Here I'm going to mask off an area and we're going to use a polisher with a pad, both found locally and for a great price. First, let's mask off an area and use the machine because I'm really anxious to see how that works. Platinum polisher from Walmart, 70 bucks. If you get all three pads, you're still under $100. Shake up. As you can see, quite runny. Let's spread it out. Well, the one drawback on this polisher that I wanted to mention in yesterday's video is the short 6-foot cord. Tough to throw it over the shoulders without it unplugging from your extension cord. So we won't do that here today. Okay, we'll turn it up to the 3rd speed setting. And we'll do a crisscross pattern, left to right, and then up and down. Correction speed. Pressure equaling a firm handshake. Always stop, let the polisher come to a rest, let the oscillation and the rotation stop. It'll be better on your polisher, the gears, the backing plate, and the pad. Then you can lift it off. The cycle time on this is perfectly fine. No dusting whatsoever. You can do pretty many passes with this. Let me remove the tape, wipe off the residue, and we'll see if there's any improvement whatsoever with this. The rationale behind the acrylic laced polishes nowadays and why they would be important compared to days of past. If we're looking at a layer of clear coat horizontally, we have some deep scratches, we have some superficial scratches, and some in between. Inside of these scratches are going to be jagged edges. And when the light comes in and refracts off of all of these jagged edges and back out, that's where you get the ugly, unsightly look of a scratch. Now, when we use the polish, we're going to be shaving a micron or two from the top. We're going to be rounding off some of the jagged edges. And we're also, with the acrylic, going to be filling in some of that. So when the light comes in and bounces off, it doesn't look quite as god-awful. Hope that makes sense. Now, let's get back over to the test panel. So this is the results and the improvement. Perfect? No. We have some real deep scratches from 600, 800 grit. We have some naturally big scratches through the clear coat, but the haziness, oxidation, 3000 grit, 2500 grit, it can improve and remove. All for just a couple bucks. I'm going to grab my applicator pad, microfiber, and see what we can get done here by hand. Okay. Doing this by hand is an option if you're spot correcting or cleaning up an area on your vehicle. You try to do the whole vehicle by hand, well, that's going to be a Dos Equis or Corona 2-case day. It's going to take way too long. But by hand, you're still able to make some improvement. And with this polish technique combo, we're going to find out here in just a few short seconds. So we are cleaning the surface. We're polishing, cleaning off oxidation, polishing some light imperfections, and leaving a little bit of the acrylic behind to fill in and protect. When you wipe off the residue, let it sit for a good 12 to 24 hours, let that acrylic cure, and then you can actually put protection on top of that. And there you go. By hand, you can go over it again. You could spend a whole day, whole weekend, and a whole week doing this. It takes forever. I would just recommend scooting on over to Walmart and picking up the polisher to team it up with. It get done a whole lot quicker and have more time to enjoy your vehicle than working on it. Okay, friends, that was an installment of the bargain bin. With all of the more expensive professional products and tools that we get on the channel, I think it's very important to balance things out. With things you can find locally in a pinch, you don't have to wait, order, and wait. And you can get very economically, $5–6, under $100 for a polisher. They have more than just TurtleWax. Just at Walmart, let's just take Walmart for instance. You have TurtleWax, Chemical Guys. You have Meguiar's. Hey, you guys are probably there more than me. Name everything down in the comment section. That can help you out for a bargain price, and we can all share that information. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. So again, this is a very light polish with very non-aggressive abrasives, and it has a bit of acrylic within the formula to help fill in after you've done just a little bit of correction. Don't expect a whole hell of a lot when it comes to digging deep into your clear coat. It's not made for that. Brian from Apex Detail, and I'll catch you in the next episode of The Bargain Bin.